Okay, I'm going to call our special meeting to order because it is 5 o'clock. And I'm going to ask Lorley to call the roll, please.
Stu Boyd.
Here.
Denise Chapman. Here. Amy Doran.
Here.
Don Kirk.
Here.
Barbara Cruz.
Here?
Alexandra Lessem.
Here.
Nancy Rumpfelt.
Here.
Right. All right, the board may enter executive session pursuant to CRS Section 24-6-402-4H for purposes of discussing matters regarding the appeal of the decision to expel student A, where public disclosure would adversely affect the persons involved. Executive session pursuant to CRS Section 24-6-402-4G for the purpose of considering documents related to student A's expulsion appeal that are protected under the mandatory non-disclosure provision of the Colorado Open Records Act, CRS Section 24-72-204-3AL, and an executive session pursuant to CRS Section 24-6402-4B for purposes of conferring with the attorney for the Board of Education to receive legal advice on the process and procedures related to the appeal of a decision to expel student A. I would take a motion.
Before we do that, do we have to do the pledge in this session?
No,
No, okay.
I didn't have it on. Okay,
I'll move.
thank you.
Second.
All right, so I have a first from Nancy and a second from Stu. And ask Lorley to call the roll.
Stu Boyd.
Aye.
Denise Chapman. Aye. Amy Doran.
Aye.
Don Kirk.
Aye.
Barbara Cruz.
Aye?
Alexandra Lessem.
Aye.
Nancy Rumpfelt.
Aye.
All right, we will be moving into executive session. We'll be going to Cottonwood for the expulsion of student A. We will be included, it will include the board, our attorney, Coulter Bump, Dr. Schaefer. It will include Jennifer Guckels, Joe Vajansky, and Sean Collins. Is there anybody else? I left that note in the other room. That was it, right?
Do you have to state
Oh, yeah, yeah, and the family. Okay. We will return when we are finished with the executive session. Okay, we are returning from the executive session where no action was taken. I will entertain a motion from a member of the board.
Madam President, I move that the board affirm the superintendent's May 13th, 2025 decision that a student at Loveland High School be expelled from Thompson School District R2J through March 6th, 2026. That the board adopt the determination of appeal and order of expulsion as presented, and that the board's secretary be directed to serve the determination and order on the student and the student's parents by a hand delivery or a certified mail, return receipt requested.
Thank you. Is there any discussion from the board members?
Yes. The primary reason for my motion is that the student admitted to being part of the attack by tackling the victim during the altercation.
Okay, Dawn, anything you'd want to say? Okay, Amy?
I just wanted to say that, as a parent, as a board member, and as a community member, that, safe schools and safe campuses is our main priority here. I feel that the administrative team, that there was no evidence that they did not do a thorough investigation. Typical expulsion is 365 days, and this student received a reduced expulsion. My wish and my hope for this student during this time is that this student uses the time to seek out supports to rehabilitate and returns to school and is ready to focus on learning.
Thank you. I'm going to move down, but I'm going to go ahead and do mine. My hope is that the student will continue with his online learning, which I understand he's already enrolled in, and be ready to return in full in March, or when he can return.
I know that this was a difficult decision and situation for everyone involved, especially for the staff that had to recommend this and be part of helping all of these students. I concur with the expulsion. I do wish that we had the option to modify the return date. That is not the option on the table. And so again, I hope that the student uses this time to reflect and get some help to learn how to manage his conflicts and anger. And so for those reasons, I will support the motion made.
Alexandra?
I would just say this was something that all of us took very seriously and very much to heart, and it was a challenging decision. And I hope the family and the student realize that, and that we are supportive of the student as they endeavor to move forward and make good choices in life.
No comment from me.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? Further discussion? Okay, Laura Lee, please call the roll.
Stu Boyd,
Aye.
Denise Chapman,
Aye.
Amy Doran,
Aye.
Dawn Kirk,
Aye.
Barbara Cruz,
Aye.
Alexander Lessem,
Aye.
Nancy Rumpfelt.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion passes, and this meeting is adjourned.